the royalist among us, the folks that believe in the crown and the sanctity of the monarchy and the oligarchy, Russian bots among us would tell us, hey man, why do we even have a college football playoff? There are only 3 teams for a 4-team playoff that we think should be in this thing. Well, it ain't about what you think, all right? Just because you think a team is going to beat another team doesn't mean it's going to happen. Even if you're right more often than you're not. But the thing I love about football, the thing I love about sport, is it doesn't matter what you think. It doesn't matter what I think. It matters what the scoreboard says. The kiddos decide who the best team is in college football by did you win or did you lose? The thing that Georgia fans will tell you is that, hey, we won that game on paper. I said, but you didn't win the game and get again the hedges week out South Carolina on the scoreboard. I don't want to hear about how many yards you put up. I don't want to hear about how many turnovers you created. I want to know what the scoreboard says because we keep score. That's the reason why we do all of this. So to tell me that the 4 spot doesn't matter, also what? You're going to tell me that you don't really expect Oklahoma, Baylor, or Georgia, or Utah to go in there and get a W against Ohio State, Clemson, or LSU. Fine, that's okay. But they still should need to do it. They have to do it. That's why we play the games. Otherwise, are we just going to give you a piece of paper that says, hey, you're the best looking team on paper? To which I need to find another sport. Because my favorite sport is all about did you win or did you lose? Now, if you want to be a royalist and you want to tell me that Clemson, Ohio State, and LSU are the only 3 teams that deserve to be in there, cool. You can't come drink my Kool-Aid. But if you do want to know who the best team is in all the land in the entire football bowl subdivision, guess what you need? You need a playoff. And right now, I'm stuck with this 4-team playoff as I want 16. Some of y'all want 6. Some of y'all want 8. I don't care what y'all want. I want 16 because that means that every team that gets in should be in. And because I want 16, I actually want fewer than they have in the FCS. The FCS playoff is 24 teams. You get automatic bids to all 10 conferences. What are we doing? Why are we the only sport without a for real tournament to decide who the champs are? There are over 300 men's basketball teams. They put 68 of them in a tournament. 68. Don't nobody think Northern Iowa is going to go win no championship. But that is not the point. The point is everybody deserves a shot if they get in. If you win your conference, you deserve a shot at the belt. Because that's what I want. I'm not even supposed to be here. There's enough people on this channel that believe in me and believe in what we're doing with this community that I'm allowed to compete with other folks and show every single day I'm going to bring it, and you don't want it with me. I will destroy your favorite sports talk radio host given the chance. Fight me. But I also believe that I'm a group of 5 team. I'm Boise State showing up to play Oklahoma in the Fiesta Bowl. You can't tell me I'm not going to win. You just going to have to go and beat me. And until somebody beats me, I can't be beaten. See Central Florida in 2017. You don't want to hear Central Florida's mouth anymore. Nobody does. Because most of us believe they were to get ran by that Alabama team that won the national championship. But they didn't do it. They went and they whooped Auburn's behind in the Peach Bowl. They went undefeated. If you go undefeated during the course of the regular season, you deserve a shot at the belt. If you are a conference champion at the end of the season, you deserve a shot at the belt. Until we can come up with a better way to get people shots at the belt, I'm going to be here to yell about it. Let me check out. I missed Super Chat. Who we got? Robert Lane. Why they trashing D in the media top 30? Because they're not watching the games, Robert. They're not watching Oklahoma hold teams to 20 points or fewer in 6 straight games, dog. Not 6 straight. In 6 games of 12. Okay? They're going to point to one game and they're going to say, oh, you remember that time that Oklahoma gave up 48 to Kansas State? Yeah, I do. You remember that time that LSU gave up 38 to Vanderbilt, 37 to Ole Miss, and 35 to Texas? Yeah, because I do too. They're not dragging LSU's defense. And by the way, Oklahoma's defensive statistical ranking is better than LSU's. Matter of fact, there's a handful of Big 12 teams that are playing absolutely outstanding defense. But the reputation of the league over the last few years has been we will score and score in bunches on you. Going back like over a decade, now that I think about it. Going back to like 2008 when Kevin Wilson's squad was just murdering people. But since we don't have enough analysts that like football, like it enough to watch as much of it as you possibly can, because on a given weekend in the college football season, there are over 100 games being played. I watch as many as I possibly can. I watched Akron go 0 for 12 in their game against Ohio. I watched them lose to Eastern Washington, made fun of the ESPN broadcast because it went off the air and they had to call it like a radio show for like 2 minutes. Because I love football. So I know what I'm watching. I'm the same person that told all of y'all Jalen Hurts ain't the one not to beat anybody passing the football, and that's why I would not pick them in the college football playoff. But I still do think they would deserve a chance if they get into it, okay? If Gary Patterson goes to a 3-man front on you, that is an indictment of your ability to throw the ball down the field. He doesn't think you can see it, okay? I've been saying all year that Jalen Hurts is a one-man show, to which people say, hey, RJ, look at the passer efficiency stuff. Look at where he's actually dropping the ball. To which I said, you see him dropping the ball on the floor? You seeing him throwing it to the other team. You seeing him put you in bad situations with the game on the line. But everybody wanted to tell me that I was crazy or that I was just trying to say that the kid couldn't play. No, I wanted the kid to play. I wanted Lincoln Riley to turn him into yet another Heisman Trophy winner. And he might still be a Heisman Trophy finalist, even as he has failed to throw for 200 yards in the past 2 games. Just going to leave that out there. 145, 163 games consecutively. But it doesn't matter because Oklahoma's been able to run the football because you're riding Bill Bedenbaugh's offensive line. And while you're paying attention to what Jalen Hurts is doing, you're not paying attention to what Alex Grinch and particularly the secondary has been doing. Because when Delaire and Turner Yell and Patrick Fields are playing their butts off, the defense excels. When trouble is making tackles, the defense excels. And then you look at Brendan Bookie Radley-Hiles, y'all's favorite whipping boy, had 10 tackles, 2 of which saved house calls by Chuba Hubbard. Okay? 2 of them. Won't give him his due. You look at Parnell Motley, who has been up and down for his entire career, was the player of the game in Bedlam, was robbed of an interception. We all saw the replay, was an interception. 2 forced fumbles to go with a pick, though. That's what this defense has done. Give Oklahoma's defense its flowers.